tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
What's up, world? I'm your host, Nima Scott, and welcome back to another edition of Gone Viral, where we interview the world's hottest entertainers and influencers, and we capture their moments of viral fame. We have our special guest in the building, but before we get to him, we got to talk about our special segment of the show, which is Viral Vice, where he's going to give us his 3 top gems of going viral. But let me introduce the man himself. He is a 14-year veteran in the comedy game. He was handpicked by Kevin Hart to perform on a major platform. He's a multi-viral content creator and a producer and a soon-to-be show host. Give it up, everybody, for Mr. BT Kingsley!
Yeah, baby, we lit!
Yeah!
It's going down! Come on now, hit that groove!
Yes! Listen, man, I just want to tell you congratulations on everything that you've accomplished thus far.
Oh, thank you, sugars.
14 years in the game, sir.
Yes, congratulations to you. This is a beautiful setup you got here.
Well, you know.
You better come on now, Curls.
Thank you, but I want to get straight into it.
Okay.
So back in June of 2016, you posted a viral video, which was called "When You Think You Are the Only One." Okay. Now let's talk about this. This is the first one that you went viral on.
Yes.
It reached actually 300,000 K viewers. First of all, I just want to know, because I watched it. It was absolutely hilarious.
Yes.
What was the whole concept behind this video?
So, when you think you're the only one is sometimes dudes be in their egos, talking way too much junk to women, not knowing that women be out here having options and be rotating them through quickly. Prepare yourself if you ever think that it's not that. So that was the initial concept, was me getting into it with my girl. And as soon as I walked out the door, it was some other stuff going on.
Wait, so was this an actual story of something that really happened?
No, all my women are very loyal. And, every woman I've ever dealt with, very, very loyal.
Listen,
yeah, I don't really have those issues.
Because concepts.
As far as I'm concerned,
as far as you're concerned, right?
Actually, I might be the problem. That might be as soon as I walk out the door. But okay, you can come on in now. So, but as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen no issues.
Okay, well, I just want to say this video was absolutely funny.
Thank you.
The 2 guys walked out, and I was just like, wait, what's happening? But I mean, this actually happens in real life.
Yes.
I want to talk about the numbers. Okay, I said before it was 300,000 K viewers, which this was actually your first viral video.
Yeah, this is the first one when I started going into the Instagram thing pretty aggressively. This was the first one that really went super crazy for me. And we used to work in this collective. Shout out to Jahan Jones. Because Jahan showed a lot of the comics that were doing stand-up or were in other forms of television, the workflow of sketch. Because everybody was doing sketch a little differently, especially coming off the Vine days. But that one was the one that went crazy, and it was just one of those days I was like, hey, let's try this, and it catch fire. You be consistency, and next thing you know, it's out of there.
Listen, you already gave a key factor, which was consistency, but another one, because we're going to get back into the whole concept behind making it go viral, but I want to talk about another one that you created. It was actually in August, the same year.
Okay. It got hot.
Listen, in 2016, it just seems like you were just on that viral.
Yeah, I was going ham.
Yes, you were. The second one was When You Can't Deny Bae is Cute.
This is one of my favorites. Well, this is one of my Bae's Cute features. One of my favorites. So everybody does their thing a little differently. No diss to everybody. I find a lot of stuff that's hilarious. Sometimes it's super dark. Sometimes it's really aggressive. I find out I have been notorious for one. Sometimes more scantily clad stuff. That's just because I love women, but I never shit on women. Like never doing that.
Which is a good thing, because some men do sometimes.
And sometimes on the sketches you see that as like, and I made it a point to always like uplift, I guess, or like come on, man, the stuff that we love about women. So side note. Can I cuss on here?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so sometimes there's this like mystified thing where like the logic that sex keeps dudes around, or pussy, perhaps. That's not what keep dudes around. It be little nuances about you that dudes fall in love with. So this was that. It was like those little things about I'll leave your ass.
As women. Okay.
Exactly. That sometimes women don't even be aware of. It be like, I'll leave your ass. I don't need this shit. And then she go to sleep and her hair sweat and it make like this little swoop. And this is what you
And that's
would
the
love.
thing that you love.
This is why you stay around. I can't lead a swoop.
Ladies, he's giving us a clue.
I can't lead a swoop. So when Brandy was Brandy has like these deep piercing like green eyes.
She's gorgeous. I saw the video. I was like, wow, okay, I see why.
Yeah, that was good, girl. I don't want no problems. I'm just saying. He knows she got the eyes. That's why he never left her. They've been together forever. I forgot for. Oh God, I can't remember who else it was, but this was one of the ones that went super, super crazy. Yeah, this is the things touch your heart. I think the other one, somebody spoke Spanish, and it caught you off guard. It was like
it was like several different times.
Yeah. It could be any random thing.
Which I feel like accents are always something that people are super attracted to. So that was like perfect.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the one that you hit like 1 million views. Okay. Yes. And you also did a little pitch, but we're going to talk about that a little later.
Okay, I'm listening.
But it was the one that was Nothing Has Changed. You hit 1 million views, sir. And this was actually in October of 2016. So it was like 1, 2, and 3. So it was June, August, and then finally in October you got 1 million.
Now this one is very special to me.
Okay.
So this video specifically is promotional material for my Comedy Central special. Mm-hmm. It's literally for
Which one, y'all? The first Comedy Central special, right?
This is for this is for the first Comedy Central.
One.
Yes. So I get this opportunity by Kevin Hart to do this special, and I'm just trying to market it in a creative way.
Right.
And this just allowed for me to do that. Shout out to Una. Una's hilarious and fantastic, and everybody else I work with in the video. But it was the concept that as soon as this thing drops, you still the same person. You still gonna be in that Prius. You still got 6 roommates. Like ain't nothing changed. Maybe like in my mind it's gone to the wayside. But nope, still the same thing.
Thank you for clarifying it, because I feel like there's a big misconception behind, like, you see people on TV or like, you see people get these views and you just automatically think, oh my God, this person is like rich, oh my God, like that person made it. But you're bringing reality to the fact that even though you have these great things that have happened in your life or either in your career, there's still the reality that, okay, I'm not quite where I want to be. I'm still trying to make it, which again, I commend you, for doing that, because I feel like a lot of your concepts are very conscious, which I want to talk about that a little later.
Okay.
Because I noticed,
you saw that.
I saw that.
Everybody don't be seeing that.
Listen.
Everybody don't be seeing that.
Listen,
yes.
I do my research.
Okay.
But I also want to talk about the clever opportunity that you took as an artist to be able to promote your first Comedy Central, stand-up that you did, which was super clever.
This is where it gets controversial.
Uh-oh.
So there's this world where there's like comedians that do online stuff versus comedians that do stand-up stuff. The comedians that do online stuff, they're normally pretty warm and welcoming. They'll teach you the game. They'll work with you. They respect the stand-up comics.
Right.
The stand-up comics, on the other hand, a lot of times are normally like taking shots or shitting on the comedians that are virtual. But this was a world where my stand-up comedy and my internet was able to feed each other.
Yeah.
So it's like... figure out whatever you're going to do. Put out the only reason that people don't do social media stuff, the only reason that if you're in entertainment that you don't do it, and especially if you're a stand-up comic, is 1, you're scared. Or 2, you lazy. That's it. You either scared of because they sit around and talk shit about everybody. Oh, this person ain't funny and so and so got views and they can't hit the stage. But put your shit out there.
I mean, can I almost say it's almost kind of like a test to see whether or not if you like your material is actually effective. You
exactly.
know what I mean?
And or even if you're because and the argument would be like anybody can be funny in 60 seconds. I'm like, no, they can't. If that's the case,
that's a long time.
If that was the case, everybody could be viral.
Right.
And it don't happen like that. Sometimes something just catches. And when you see it, because when they do put the stuff out there, I be seeing what they put out there, and it'd be trash.
Yeah.
And that's because, but that's not no diss to them. It's work. It took months for me to get something that finally hit and for me to find my stride and find how I like to cut and who I like to work with and so on and so forth. So eventually something will work itself out. But you got to put the work in, no different than on stage or online. So I respect the hell out of the online entertainers. So this was just one of those worlds where two things were able to feed each other. I had stand-up. I had a showcase for stand-up comedy. I was coming out full circle. I started working finally on the online thing. After I fought it too, Because I wanted people caping.
Yeah, because you're like, well, first of all, I mean, I'm funny. I don't need social media, which people out there who say that you feel like you don't need social media. I mean, listen, it is a free marketing tool, you know? And listen, like, you are a stand-up comedian, but, I mean, think about how many more viewers that you've opened up, like, how much more opportunity that you've been able to monetize your material just by going on social media.
Who would want it the other way? Who would want it, the logic of, all right, I'm going to work my ass off to get really good at this thing, and as opposed to being able to put myself on and put out my art, I'm going to just wait for the powers above to say, you are the one. Why would you want it like that? That's stupid.
Exactly.
So I'm willing to, I don't have any proof on this, but I got a strong feeling that that video doing what it did led to the next Comedy Central special. Because it was like, he's marketing himself, and this video did... you know, very, very well.
I mean, honestly, a lot of times is, you know, in like the acting world, a lot of casting directors want to see how many numbers you have because I mean, like right now, like the marketing game is just free.
Yes.
So, you know, you're right. Speaking of Comedy Central, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Kevin Hart because I know that Kevin Hart actually handpicked you to be on Comedy Central. How do you feel that Kevin Hart has done for... Well, what do you feel that he's done for the comedy game with his platform, with Hart Studios and Laughing Out Loud?
I think Kev's amazing, man. Kevin is most of the time when people go up the hill and go to, they don't come back down. Kevin has made it a point to come back down. He's also chasing something very specific, which is, he said it pretty clearly, he wants to be one of the billionaires of stand-up comedy. And me personally, I'd prefer a comic capitalizing off of comedy as opposed to
somebody
Russell Simmons. No diss to Russell Simmons, but it's Russell Simmons presents Def Comedy Jam. It's like, Russell ain't a comic. Shaq, All-Stars. I love Shaq. Shaq ain't a comic.
Right.
So I would prefer it be a comedian who that's one of the things about the show, because the way the two specials happen is literally, I'm one of the, humbly speaking, good comics in the city that just didn't have no TV credits.
Right.
And literally to get on the shows, you had to have minimum to none. And had Kevin and the team that he worked with Joey and Pookie and so on and so forth, had they not have people in the streets that actually see what's happening in the clubs, it would never happen. So big shout outs to Kevin. I love him to death, man. I think people need to really watch his moves, and I think that he's also inspired like the moves you see Tiffany doing and so on and so forth. It's like, listen, there's enough for everybody, you guys. The people gonna love who they love. Just share it around.
See, I mean, I think that's amazing. I mean, again, shout out to Kevin Hart for the platform that you've created for people in comedy and just any artists all across the world. But I think you said a big thing again, and I'm gonna keep going back to that because that's focus.
Right.
Is that you created a platform for yourself. Like, you went out and you presented yourself through social media, and through that, people were able to see your talent.
Yeah.
You know, and again, like I said, I want to absolutely commend you. Another thing I want to talk about is you a lot of times use your social media as a platform to be able to reach your people, be able to inspire them. You did a quote about not compromising your vision. You said, get your ideas out of your head into action and you will have more ideas. Stop protecting the first ones.
You really did research. You out here. All right.
Yes. I kind of want to talk about that because there's one particular video that you did. Now, everybody wants to go viral, right? But I think sometimes in going viral, we want to be popular. But sometimes whenever you're always trying to be popular, you're not always viral.
Absolutely.
Which is okay. But the one thing that I wanted to pinpoint on that, with that quote, you did a viral video that was called The Secret of a Healthy Relationship. And you talked about how it didn't get as many views as you wanted, but it was an idea that was in your head and you didn't stop it. I personally want to know, what particularly did you want your fans to get from that?
That video or that quote?
You can put it all together.
Okay, so let's go with the quote first. Sometimes entertainers and creatives are so worried about this idea, they think that this idea is going to blow them up. Like, once this hit, that's it, baby, I'm out of here. It's like, nah, man, it's going to be work. And if it does blow you up, then you're going to go away really fast because you need to consistently keep putting out content. And it's like that one idea you have, I'll be honest with you, fam. Like, from God's mouth to my ears into you hearing it right now, the idea you have is probably trash. And even if it ain't trash, if it's amazing, you ain't gonna be able to execute it at a good level because you ain't been doing the work.
Right.
So if you've been online pumping stuff out for however long it takes you to get your rhythm, then eventually you end up in an Issa Rae situation where she worked her way through her voice for years before we see Insecure on Awkward Black Girl.
Right.
But if she would have just held on to the idea and be like, I just gotta get a meeting with HBO, it wouldn't have been fully flushed out.
See?
So you gotta consistently put out the workflow and then let your fruits be your fruits. That video specifically was relationship goals. I see it. I see all the stuff online.
Everybody wants a relationship.
I commend it. I find it entertaining. It's sometimes inspirational.
Right.
I personally don't believe that your life should be dominated on your social media presence. That's me personally, especially if you're there to entertain people.
Right.
Listen, to each his own. You feel like you want to put it up and show your love. Hey, baby, show your love. But I'm from a bad neighborhood on the north side of Houston, Texas. And
Texas in the building.
Yeah, already know what I'm talking about. And when we used to get new stuff, like we used to get like if you get a really nice TV, you don't take the TV in the house where everybody can see and tell everybody you got a new TV.
No, you put it in a special room where people say, look, don't sit on my plastic.
Yes. You quietly bring it in the house. Yeah. You don't even take the box out in the daytime. You throw the box away in the day. Because you would get robbed. So flexing your relationship sometimes it feels like a flex. Like you're not supposed to stunt on people and flex. You're not supposed to be braggadocious. And I get it. You caping for your girl or for your man. I get it. But I feel that happy relationships sometimes don't be that. So in that conversation, that was the first time I think I worked with Karan too. Shout out King Karan. Shout out H-Town.
Yes.
And Pajion, who's I believe is also from Texas.
She was here. Pajion is actually from Detroit.
Pajion from Detroit.
Yes,
okay, go ahead.
yes.
I was like
But she graced us with her presence weeks ago.
Yes. So Paige, so the concept is me and this girl are dating. We know each other very, very well, but we're in a space and the room don't know that we know each other. And most people have been in this situation.
She was like texting.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay,
everybody trying to holler at her.
Right.
I'm having conversations with chick, and when we leave, we so happy and we not bothered by people's energies or influences from outside of that. And that be my life for real, because I am secret agent man when it comes to who I'm dealing with.
And see, like, I think this is such a good thing to talk about, because I feel like a lot of times when people are in, entertainment careers or very popular careers that allow their lives to be exposed to the public, they feel like, oh my God, well, I have to show my girl or my man or my family, you know. I mean, for some people it works, but for other people like yourself, to say that it's okay that I want to be able to protect my relationship. And
absolutely.
I think that's great.
Yeah, and listen, to each his own, man. When I see the goals, I be like, oh, this is great. Oh man, I like y'all having a good time together. I get it. But boy, when that thing go down the hole, I laugh just as hard. Don't try to take us out of the situation now. We in this relationship now.
Right. So you want to show everybody my arm now?
Yeah. You want to act like I wasn't there. I was there. I see your little Photoshop delete.
Next thing you go from like 1,000 to 50 pictures. I'm like, well, what happened to your Instagram?
Yeah. If I say if you're dealing with somebody, keep it to yourself, man. No, that's me. Any woman dealing with me, no, I'm not gonna be posting those bunch of stuff online.
Ladies, you heard them.
It's not
happened now.
happen. I'm gonna tell you every day you're beautiful. I'm a like you in real life. What I'm not gonna be doing is trying to prove something for the internet.
Well, I want to talk about something that you definitely proved, because you've been on Comedy Central for so many times, but I want to talk about this particular one that you did last year.
Yes.
It was the pettiest reasons to break up with somebody that you did last year in February. Talk to me a little bit about that stand-up.
So that was my 30-minute special. They took a nice little chunk out of it, and I realized somewhere in my dating life, I'm petty, man. I just be like... you realize stuff about yourself is like little nuance. You know what it be? You be single for super long, and now you got a way that you are. So now little things, and this was specifically about this bathroom fan.
It's like a mirror.
Yes, I cannot deal with no bathroom fan light. When it's connected. Like, okay.
I know what you're talking about.
If you got the fan, okay, cool. You got that for when people be going to if you got the light.
Sound effects,
yeah, the light. If you got the light, that's one thing. When that be all in one switch, I'm not gonna be able to stay over here too many times.
You can't do it.
I can't do it. I will shit in the dark. before I have to hear this damn racket. Well, I want peace and tranquility.
So basically, like, you like your sounds to be, like, compartmentalized.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's petty, but I realize, it's petty as hell. I realize I'm not coming over your house no more. It's annoying the hell out of me every time you go to the bathroom. That little hum. You
ain't feeling it.
It's annoying me doing it right now. Couldn't do it. Yeah, I'm out.
Well, I have to say, that was funny. Because, I mean, I feel like, again, everybody can relate to the pettiness in relationships. Because I feel like you don't know that you're petty until you get into a relationship.
Absolutely. Love and relationships is very much my voice. I very much breathe that air very well.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
A lot. You do. Speaking of breathing, you did a performance in Montreal, Laughing Out Loud. How was that experience being overseas doing comedy?
That was fantastic. Another nugget. Listen, if you are a stand-up comedian and you are trying to get representation, go to Montreal. I didn't say get picked. I said go. The Montreal Just for Laughs Comedy Festival is the perfect place where all the industry that we be out trying to meet all the time, they be there looking for us. And I'm like,
nugget, y'all.
Man, you just could have been. I'm out here every day in these streets, baby, in these Hollywood streets, working my ass off. But they don't do it here. They do it in Montreal. The performance was great. It was fun, but the experience was epic.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was very, very epic. And the way it happened was really interesting too, because I didn't get chose to go initially. I literally just was like, I'm sick of it coming and I'm not being able to go. So I bought tickets. I got a flight. I got a room. I said, I'm going this year.
Now, see, something about determination. Like, I feel like sometimes we get to a point where we feel like we've arrived and people should just automatically give us something. But I commend you for taking that notion of saying, okay, forget that. I'm going to take myself.
Yeah.
And actually go and pay for it so that nobody can be able to be, take ownership of that opportunity but me.
The universe agrees with a made up mind. 2 days before I was supposed to leave, they called me and asked me they invited me. Then I got reimbursed for everything.
Manifestation.
Hey, it's tatted on my body.
Manifestation. So basically what you said is that you made up in your mind that, you know what, if they're not going to give me that opportunity, I'm going to create the opportunity. Absolutely. And I'm going to invest. Keyword, invest in
it, baby.
Myself. And then I got the return by them calling me on the phone and saying, oh, well, we'll just pay you to go.
Yep. And it's now
we always trying to keep it in our pocket.
Yeah,
because we want it for free.
And you want it for free because this is how it happens. And a lot of entertainers have been through this. Is something happens every year. It's whether it be South by Southwest or if you are a filmmaker, it'd be Sundance. It'd be like whatever that thing is. So for comedians, it's Montreal. Every year Montreal come up and you hear about it. A company could be like, hey man, you going to Montreal this year? I'm like, no, I didn't even know about it. When is it? Oh man, it's tomorrow. I was like,
oh well, why did you tell me today?
It's like
I can't do anything.
You didn't do the showcase? I was like, I didn't know. Did you do it? Yeah, I did it. When? 6 months ago. Why you didn't tell me they was doing showcases?
That part.
You know what I mean? Like, so it would always happen. I would always miss it, and I was just sick of this shit. I said, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going. Point blank period.
See? And the universe just blessed you with that.
Come on now, won't he do it?
He will do it.
Come on now, universe.
Speaking about a person who basically takes the driver's seat and just drives himself, you are a producer, sir.
Yes, I am.
You have produced so much. The first thing that I want to talk about that you produced is Pillow Talk.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that series and how did you, what was the inspiration behind it?
Pillow Talk was me trying to find, I was coming off producing a feature film, and I was trying to figure something that I can produce at a smaller scale. Mm-hmm. So if you look at a movie like Devil, the movie where like the whole thing's in an elevator and so on and so forth, budget-wise, it's really easy to shoot because the cameras are mostly in this elevator.
Right.
So I was like, how can I format that in my voice to a very small thing? Side note, shout out Shondalia White. Side note, shout out Shondalia White, and then all the males, dudes, comics, stop trying to fuck everybody.
Uh-oh.
Because what happens is sometimes the relationship gets burnt because that's their only intention and they don't understand why stuff happening. Shondalia is one of very few people. I mean, it is a short list of people that I've come to and say, yo, listen, I would love to work with you. And she was like, I would love to work with you too. We should work on something. All right, cool. Let's come up with something. I kind of come up with the idea. We start talking about it. Like, yeah, that'll be really easy to do. And this is where it gets interesting. Halfway through the development of the show, I said, all right, now listen. I can pay for this. Not and BT ain't rich. But I don't mind investing in myself. I can pay for this, but this looks a little different on paper if I pay for it.
Right.
Her exact
Which means that you get total control.
She says, no problem, no, I'll split it with you. All right. We start, the writing has to be done. She starts, the writing has to be done. We're like, yeah, we'll write it, so on and so forth. She was like, no, I'll write half the episodes, you write half the episodes.
Collaboration.
That's collaboration.
Hello, somebody.
Everybody in this, there's way too many people in this city that don't want to do any work. They be like, yo, man, I got this idea, so I'm going to tell you to you. Then you go write it. Then you figure out how we going to shoot it. You get the cameras together. Then you do, and it's our idea. It's like, no, it ain't.
And you doing all the work, and that person wants the credit. Come on, somebody. Listen, collaboration is when two people work together, the equal amount of work, and they produce something so that they both can put their names and say, we created it. Not just one person creating everything and then you getting the credit. Come on, y'all.
And she did a lot. Like, I absolutely came up with some of the concepts, and I knew the team of people because I was already shooting stuff already. She also knew a team of people, but she also took care of a lot of the post-production work. A lot of the edits are hers. A lot of, she worked her ass off. So that was just a concept that we shot. We shot 8 episodes, 6 or 8, I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But it was just somebody I wanted to work with, had really good energy, really good actors, just something I was trying to create that allowed to have, and trying to put the coffee. It was so much stuff, so much drama online where relationships were arguing. I was like, but what about when they love each other, you guys? What about that has to exist as well?
So you got this mantle for relationships.
Yeah, man, love is good.
Something about your comedy and everything that you do centers around relationships, which is good because, again, I feel like people look at entertainers, a lot of times for advice, you know? And, you don't even think about it, but that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Other things that you have produced, you produced a podcast called BT Kingsley Podcast. And I also want to talk about how you produced your own comedy tour.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. Most comics, I don't think I really ever seen that happen too much. But talk about you... there's been combining both of those together.
There's been a couple variations of this. One is a couple years back, I did this competition, the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition, and I met a bunch of comedians from around the country there. And then, not too long after that, I just decided, listen, I'm just going to go on tour, you guys. I'm just going to figure out a way to get to all of y'all cities, car, drive, whatever it is, and I'm coming. If you got money, great. If you don't, whatever. I'll sell T-shirts. I'll sell CDs. I don't know what I was selling some time. It was some bullshit, though. I was like, whatever it is, I'm going to sell that just to make it make sense, but I want to get those reps in. Go chase my nose. Did that, flip my car, all kinds of stuff, but did around. Meet the homie Nate Jackson, and he's like, what did you do? And I was like, I did this. And he's like, I got an idea on how we could do that, but we could do it more effectively. And then we go out as the new Jackson. Me, Nate Jackson, Clayton Thomas, Keisha Hunt. Me and Nate go out by ourselves, and then we add Clayton and Keisha on the back end. And on the second time we go around, basically just touching every city in the country, so on and so forth. That's where we met Rito Brown at. Met Rito Brown in Boston. I don't even know if Rito was doing comedy at the time. But literally just pounding the pavement. Fast forward to when it's time for me to do my own dates as a headliner, this ain't new work for me. When I put a show together, I know who to do. I know how to get flyers done. I know how to get this done. I know how to put asses in seats. I know how to produce a comedy show.
Right.
And then you do that for yourself after you put the work in. Nate's doing it right now for him. Clayton's doing it right now for himself. It's like, we've all been through this before and seen what it looks like.
When you put in the work, the outcome that you get, you are unstoppable.
Oh, thank you, sugars.
Listen, your work speaks for it. Not to mention, I do want to talk about this amazing debate.
Oh, yeah.
Show
we out here now
that you created called Give Me 5. First of all, show the people what's on your chest.
See that? On brand.
On your chest. Give Me 5. Y'all, listen. First of all, so I got a chance to go to the actual screening of Give Me 5, and let me tell you all, I call it a game show, even though it's not a game show. It's actually a debate show. But listen, you guys, if you put, let me see, the black card game.
Black card vote, yeah.
Listen, it is a game that you guys have never seen, that everybody wants to play, but you play it on actual like TV. Like he actually. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry because I feel like I'm doing a promotion.
I like you excited. This is what it's worth to me.
I just love what you created. I'm gonna let him talk about the show because I'm messing it up.
Okay, so Give Me 5 is a concept I've lived with for a very long time. 7-8 years now. I shot a version of the show a while ago, and it just wasn't as high the quality. So I kind of shelved it, and like I said, sometimes the idea you got, it might be bullshit. But Give Me 5 is my baby. I shot like 6 or 7 episodes, and it just, the quality just wasn't there. It was DSLRs, the camera was cutting off, it wasn't focused, the room was trash, it was a lot of stuff. Meet with some production people, shout out to the people at Good Luck Road, and I was like, yo, listen, I have this idea for the show, and when I'm explaining it to people, they do not get it. And then we shot a pilot, and they was like, we get it. And then they came in with some development ideas to kind of change certain dynamics and certain things that have happened. So it's basically a fantasy-style debate show. It's top 5 list, which isn't new. The way that we do it is new, but the top 5 in our lexicon has always been there. And I have been trying to capture what me and my friends do all the time.
That you don't even see. I feel like it's so many ideas around us. Like we're like, oh, I want to be rich. I want to be this. But there's so many ideas around us that we don't gravitate to.
Absolutely.
And you took something that you and your friends just do every single day.
All the time.
And you build a platform for it, which I say that, y'all listen. It was shot like you would have thought it was on a movie.
Yeah, we went
amazing.
Yeah, I went all in on the for the production aspects of it. I'm very, very, very proud of what came out. Had conversations with the industry, hoping somebody would, give me some money to make my dreams come true. Hey, would you like to be? We don't think it's gonna work. Hey, can you make the show 3 minutes? Hey, I said, don't worry about it, you guys. I'll do it myself. And as opposed to shooting an episode, I just shot the whole first season, 8 episodes, a lot of familiar faces. I'm very, very excited about what's happening with Give Me 5. I'm in a lot of talks right now. We shall see very soon. And if they keep playing with me, I will drop the episode. I just start dropping them myself. They should know me better than this by now.
They should.
They should.
But listen, I also have people out there who want to get to know you better.
Yes.
We finally got down to our Viral Vice
there it is.
moment.
Viral Vice.
Listen, okay, so what I want to know is, you've done so many different things, but I want you to give us 3 viral vices on going viral, being in the comedy game, trying to manifest your dreams.
Okay.
Let us know. What's up?
Number 1, most importantly, if we're talking about online content and viralness, get consistency on your side. The first one ain't gonna hit, and it might hit, and then the third one ain't gonna hit. Keep putting out the content. It's gonna make you a better content creator, and something's going to hit. Everybody I've talked to, everybody I know that has substantially more numbers than me, and the people I have more numbers in, I tell them all the same thing. Just keep knocking out content. You have to be putting something. If you are, and in the specifics, if you are, YouTube and Facebook is where your focus should be. If you are on Instagram or whatever the platform is, probably 3 to 4 videos a week. Minimum 3 to 4 a week.
If you're on what platform?
Honestly, all the platforms, 3 to 4 a week.
3 or 4 a week.
3 to
different.
4, different 3 to 4 videos a week, 3 minutes plus in length. If you want to get aggressive, you should be dropping 2 a day. People like Rito used to drop 2 a day, sometimes 3 a day, give or take how he felt. So get consistent. If you putting up 1 video a month or 1 video every couple weeks, you ain't serious.
Or what about 1 video once a week and then putting pictures up?
Nope.
Well, y'all heard it. 3 a week.
A meme, maybe, if that's what you want to be. If you want to be a meme person. And there's an algorithm. Maybe you go live one day. Maybe you do a picture one day. Maybe you do a story thing one day. And maybe you do 2 videos a day. That could work. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, consistency.
Consistency. Okay, we got 2 more.
Okay, 2 more. For stand-up comedies, get your ass on stage. There's nothing else to talk about. There's no way to think about it. There's no way to cheat the game. Get on stage as much as you can. All opportunities count. Go do the set, period.
And then your third one for dreamers, manifestors.
Figure out a way to get it done yourself. Nobody is going to help you. Don't wait for nobody. Put that shit out. Period.
Be consistent. You know what to do and get it done.
Your iPhones are shooting in HD. They're shooting K now. They're shooting 4K now. There's movies on TV that are shot on iPhones.
Well, first of all, I want to say this has been an amazing opportunity to be able to get in front of you and interview you. But I want the world to know, where can they find you, young man?
So a couple things. Find me on all things under BT Kingsley. BT Kingsley on everything. Most importantly, YouTube and Facebook. You guys that are watching this show, that are supporting people online, please like, share, subscribe, comment. That shit helps tremendously. Power's in your hands. More importantly than that, give me your top 5 on everything. Give me your top 5. YouTube and Facebook, most important. And also, in the essence of finding me doing stand-up, in the essence of this announcement, just found out I will be hosting the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition in Full Circle.
Hey,
So
yes.
This is super major for me. The competition been going on like 37 yees. Check the history. D.L. Hughley won. D.C. Curry won. Mark Curry won. Jamie Foxx won. Cat Williams did it. Nick Cannon did it. You name them, chances are they did the competition. They might not even won. This is my first year ever being able to host. I'm a 2-time finalist. Very, very powerful. This is Valentine's weekend. Tommy T's. I will see you, Bay Area, in Oakland. We lit.
Listen, we lit.
Y'all
He's
right,
lit.
me?
You guys are lit, and you know where to find me, Nima Sky, on all social media platforms. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you all next week.
You see it? Share that thing. Like that thing.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content, and be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.